Am I pre-qualified? Am I pre-approved? Underwriting pre-approval. What's an underwriting pre-approval letter? All I want to do is make an offer. And that's what most clients and buyers out there are looking to do. And then the question is, well, why does it matter? Why does it matter what kind of letter I have? What we're going to talk about in this video is exactly why it matters to you and how much of a difference it can make when you're looking to buy a home. Hey everyone, Oleg Tkach here. Welcome to my channel, and today we're going to cover the differences between a pre-qualification letter, a pre-approval letter, and an underwritten pre-approval letter. In the real estate world, when somebody's looking to sell their home, they have buyers that are going to be making offers on their property. Now, sellers want to make sure that the buyers that are making offers on their property can actually purchase the property. Therefore, they require them to have some sort of documentation showing and proving that they have the ability to purchase. Now, that documentation is known as a pre-qualification, pre-approval, or an underwritten pre-approval letter. Now, let's start with the pre-qualification letter, which is the letter that actually carries the least amount of weight. Now, why does it carry the least amount of weight? Well, very simply, it's because in order to get one, all you have to do is provide verbal information on your income, your assets to the lender. They do a credit check. Nothing has to be proved in order to generate a pre-qualification letter. Next is the pre-approval letter. And what the pre-approval letter is and how it's different is you actually have to prove your income, you have to prove your assets, which means that you have to provide tax returns, W-2s, pay stubs. There's income verifications that are completed. You have to provide bank statements, typically for 2 months. You have to prove where your down payment is coming from. And so it's not just based on what you say, it's based on what the documentation says about you, which carries way more weight than a pre-qualification letter. Now, the next step is a underwritten pre-approval letter, which carries the most amount of weight and solidifies how solid you are by stating the fact that not only did you provide all the documentation, but an actual underwriter, which is the person in the bank that reviews and approves or declines files, reviewed your documents, reviewed your income, reviewed your bank statements, checked everything, did the calculations, and issued an approval for you to purchase this home. Now, why does this matter so much, especially to the seller? The one thing that you want to keep in mind is that everybody in the mortgage industry and the real estate industry understands the differences between them. They know that there are apps out there now that you could put any information in that you want and generate a quick pre-qual letter. They're out there, they exist, and they don't carry much weight at all because sellers out there, the biggest thing that they're concerned about is, are you actually gonna close? When you look at any given month, typically you have about 28% of transactions fail due to financing, and yet every single one of them had some sort of a pre-approval letter. So based on this information, you could easily see why it makes such a big difference to a seller. And it could make a big difference whether or not your offer gets accepted or not, depending on the type of pre-approval letter that you have. Now, seller aside, one thing that you should really take into consideration for those of you out there that are like, you know what, I don't want to provide much documentation, whatever, my offer is strong, I just want a pre-qualification letter and that's it. Well, one thing to take into consideration is this. Remember how I said 28% of transactions failed due to financing, yet everybody had a pre-approval letter? One thing to take into consideration is maybe when you think your income is a certain way, or the way you view your assets, or the way you view your debt and so on, might not be the same way that an underwriter views it, or might not be the same way that documentation is going to show it when it's under review. Therefore, the last thing that you want to do is be that person out there that finds out a week before closing that you could not get this home, and now all of a sudden you've told your landlord you're going to move out, you've told your friends and family that you're going to be purchasing this home, and all of a sudden now you realize the information you provided didn't match up with the documentation, and sadly and unfortunately you now have to go back to square one. Now, on the other extreme, the underwritten pre-approval letter, which requires the most amount of work from you and the most amount of work from your lender or us, is that in addition to knowing for sure that you're solid and your chances are slim to none that things are gonna blow up last minute, is you could now submit an offer with a 2-week closing date and essentially compete with cash, because when a seller reviews that, they know everything is solid, you've been fully checked, and the chances are slim to none to anything going wrong. So a lot of our clients use that as a strategy to help them win their next offer. I hope that gives you some guidance and helps you decide which pre-approval type is best for you. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out or just comment below. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see more mortgage videos or investment strategy videos, please be sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day.